Toledo Biz TV Shows proudly presents this episode of Toledo Business Coaching, making your success a reality, with your host, Toledo business coach and advisor, Patrick Good.
Benjamin Franklin once said, "Don't confuse motion with action." Let me ask you a question, and be honest with yourself. Are you busy not accomplishing anything? Today we're going to talk a little bit about time management. I think we all understand the importance of managing our time effectively. But we don't really need to manage our time, do we? We need to manage ourselves. So for the next few minutes, I'm going to talk a little bit about the things we all find ourselves doing, which actually waste time. And the theme of the discussion is, stop doing this. Does any of this sound familiar? If it does, stop doing this. Many people waste a lot of time reacting to what's going on around them instead of determining how their time should be spent. They bounce from one task to another without making much headway on anything. Stop reacting and get proactive. Not thinking far enough ahead. If you don't plan effectively, you can't work effectively and efficiently. Have you ever heard the saying, "The most prepared wins"? We often jump right into a job or a task and later waste a lot of time running around looking for the things we need to complete the job. Too often we don't take time to prepare for the job or the task. Stop doing this. Excessive attention to unimportant details also needlessly eats up valuable time. Have any of you heard of the term analysis paralysis? You know, when you're so focused on the minutia and the details that we lose focus on the goal itself. Stop wasting time on the unimportant stuff. People who try to do everything themselves, they often end up wasting their own time, don't they? You don't have to do everything yourself. Ask for help. And it's easy to become overcommitted. I think we all feel this. But when you take on too much, you often end up accomplishing very little. Stop overcommitting yourself. Distractions. Isn't it interesting how the internet has enabled us all to become more efficient with our time? But often we find ourselves surfing around the web, sometimes aimlessly, allowing the internet to control us and become a major time waster. Stop doing this. Rushing. Rushing is another big time waster. It seems like it would be just the reverse, doesn't it? The faster we work, the better we make use of our time, right? That's wrong. Rushing leads to mistakes, omissions, and rework. And that's a big waste of your valuable time. Go at a reasonable pace and stop rushing. And then there's the king of time wasters, procrastination. Putting things off is really a trap we all fall into sometimes. But this just ends up adding more stress to your day. Stop procrastinating. So now that we've beat ourselves up a little bit, let's talk about some tips that'll help us overcome some of these time management challenges. Number one, make lists every day, but no more than 5 or 6 items per day, because you have to be realistic. You really only have time each day to accomplish about 5 of the most important things to your business. Number 2, email. Let's talk about email. Don't do your email first thing in the morning when you get into the office or when you start your day. When you do this, you find it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock before you even know it, and you really haven't accomplished anything, have you? Schedule time with yourself in your day to check and do your email a couple times a day. This is a big deal. Change this one thing in your schedule and you'll be amazed at the time you'll free up for yourself. And speaking of email, here's another tip. Touch it once. Don't read then file only to come back to the same email 2 or 3 times until it's finally deleted. And I advise you to do the same thing here. Touch it once when it comes to all forms of correspondence. If you want to learn more about time management, visit my website to view a recording that we did about time management entitled Keeping Time in a Bottle. I hope you'll join me for our next episode called Want More Sales? Get a Personality. Until then, be successful.
Toledo Biz TV shows thanks you for watching this episode of Toledo Business Coaching with Patrick Good. For more great information, visit Patrick's website at pgood.advocoach.com/about-us.aspx. Also browse the other shows found right here at Toledo Biz TV Shows.